Going on, y'all? That's right. Daily, daily to daily to a daily, daily to daily to a daily, daily to daily to daily to daily go get a show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing. Taking off fast lane, no coasting. Wednesday, hump day, Wednesday. Hump day. Yeah, baby, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about is lying on your profile, particularly catfishing, and is all catfishing wrong. But catfishing online means that you pretend to be somebody that you're not. But there are different ways to catfish somebody. Like you can pretend that you are a man when you're actually a woman. Um, Let me start out by saying that often catfishing is done to achieve some type of end that isn't legitimate. They are trying to be deceitful in a lot of ways, but some people catfish for love. And that's when things get a little slippery. That's when things get a little confusing because on one hand, many of us say that whatever you do for love, as long as it ends in love, then all's fair in love and war. We say that. We say that when things work out. Like it ain't the way you start, it's the way you finish. We say that when things work out the way we want them to, or if they work out in our favor in some type of way. We can forgive all things as long as nobody gets hurt, particularly ourselves, and we can live with the results. So, sometimes some people will make concessions for inappropriate behavior or for deception, for lying or whatever, because they figure, well, you got to use what you got to get what you want. And using what you got isn't always necessarily what you were born with. Whatever you got may have been what you have gotten or what you get. So it can make it a little bit confusing, or there may be room for some excuses or some concessions or some allowances or for some acceptances that you may not accept if you were told certain things up front. Online, which is what a lot of our world consists of now, deals with a lot of bait and switching. A lot of bait and switching. That's what happens online. You know, um, if you want to, we talk about catfishing, something portraying itself to be other than what it is. It comes in so many different forms. Like when you see a value meal or just a regular cheeseburger on TV, does it ever look like the cheeseburger that you buy from a fast food place? Not even a fast food place. It could be a sit-in, eat-in restaurant, a legit restaurant. Does the steak or that all-American burger that they show on Ruby Tuesdays or Red Robin or Outback Steakhouse, do they look like exactly what you see on the commercial? Does it look like that in person? Not exactly. Not exactly. It doesn't really become a problem until it doesn't even taste anything like it does, like it's supposed to taste when you saw it on a TV commercial or online. So, catfishing is actually something that we have been accustomed to for a long time, but we didn't really call it that until it started to become part of our lives when we started making it more personal. Most of the things that you see on TV in the commercials do not look, taste, or act the way that they do on the commercials. We've known that for decades. All of us have a few decades several decades under our belt of life. And along the way, we have learned to read between the lines and read the fine print and not believe everything that we hear or that we see or whatever. But when it comes to dating, when it comes to our love life, sometimes we are a little bit more rigid. Sometimes we are a little bit more strict, but not all the time. Not all the time. So we might say things like, well, catfishing is like this cat said that he was over 6 feet tall, muscular build, and that he made a six-figure salary. And his pictures sort of made him look like that's what he was. Now the pictures may have actually been of himself, but maybe he photographed himself sitting or standing next to things that were much smaller than him. So he looked tall. The objects appear much closer than they really are. You know what I mean? So, or the objects appear much far. Okay, I think it's more. Look, okay. We've done this before, haven't we? This is kind of deja vu-ish. But anyway, yeah, he may have lied on his profile. But if you meet the guy, you realize that, hey, he's not as tall as I thought he was. And that's actually happened to me. It wasn't a date, but when I used to advertise my comedy shows online, I remember one woman came from Maryland. She drove up here to see the show. And one thing she said after the show was done, she came, laughed, had a good time, it was cool. But she said, you're not as tall as I thought you were. I never said I was tall. I never posted my height. I never made it an issue. And because the way she said it was, you could have been a little taller. And I was like, if I was really a smart ass like I really am, I could have said, you could have been a little cuter. Honestly, she was aight. But it wasn't a dating situation anyway. Not in my mind, it wasn't. She was coming up to see the show. Maybe she was coming for a different show. It didn't go down like that. But anyway, so a lot of times things that you see online may give you a picture of somebody. Like maybe I talk tall. Maybe I appear tall because of the way I talk. I'm trying to think, was I making, what? I wasn't making videos back then. So I had pictures, but I didn't have videos. So maybe that's why she thought I was, I don't know, over 6 feet tall or whatever. I mean, she wasn't 6 feet tall either, but so I don't see what they. Anyway, but I remember that stuck in my mind. I'm thinking like, hmm. So in another scenario, if let's say a man said that he was such a height and he wasn't such a height. He said he was such a build and he wasn't such a build. But maybe when they got together, everything worked out. Like maybe he was still handsome enough for her and he was witty enough and personable enough to the point where, they got along really well. In a situation like that, we would probably say, well, you know what? Yeah, he started out a little shaky, but it didn't really matter because he had really redeeming qualities, and the pieces fit together and everything worked out. So all's going to be forgiven. If it works out, a lot of times we look the other way at the techniques that were employed. It's the same as when you arrange your financial information to be able to secure a loan. instead of putting your real financial information on there. So you had your friend, you had a friend of yours or a colleague of yours write up that you work for them and you work and you make a certain amount of money, or they were able to make false not bank statements but pay stubs. They were able to give you pay stubs that reflected that you made more money than you actually make. But you knew that maybe you made enough money to be able to pay back the loan because you worked under the table or whatever, but you can't report any unverifiable income to the bank. You know, they don't deal with untaxed income. So you had to make it look like you made more money than you made. So all that really matters is that you pay back the loan. But you did deceive the bank in order to get the loan. But nobody's mad at you. The bank ain't even mad at you because they don't know and they don't care. You're paying back the loan. Everything is good. You know, it's not a problem. If a woman online, let's say, I don't know, maybe she's had some of her parts surgically enhanced or straight up and down had them put on. You know, in other words, you have you got breast implants and a BBL and all of that kind of stuff. You know, now maybe online people can't tell, so they thinking that you some kind of bad bitch. You know, you some type of Amazon type of freak of nature. Your body is just sick like that, and it ain't really like that. Not naturally, it ain't. Now I don't know if y'all have ever seen fake titties or fake ass in person. But let me just tell y'all this. It's a lot better in pictures, and it's a lot better with jeans on or covered. Both of them look a lot better covered than they do naked. Like, you know, it ain't sweet like that. And women know that too. They know that. Same thing with the weave and the makeup and all of that kind of stuff. We've all seen the extreme photos, the extreme differences between the way some women look with makeup than without makeup. Is that catfishing? Depends on how you look at it. If everything works out, then no, nobody cares. Nobody cares as long as it works out. But when it doesn't work out, it's like, yeah, when you do an audit after the fact or an on-time audit, it might become an issue. Now we got problems, Houston. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? Daily Go Get a Business Show all up in your area. Is lying on your profile catfishing? And is catfishing totally wrong? That's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Get a Business Show. Did I see my brother Donald Mack pop his head in here? Did I see my brother Donald Mack? What's going on? Stacy White, how you feeling? Carol Chamberlain. Manifest Reality, how you feeling? Good to see me some UT Carry, right? My brother Ansel Jones. Man, good to see y'all, man. Thanks for coming on through. Let me see what y'all talking about. Stacey White says, some maybe because they are married. Call that catfishing. Okay. Okay. And Manifest Reality says, in my opinion, catfishing is deceiving. If one is posting pictures that are clearing not of that, that are clearly not of that person and of the description, and none of the information relates to the individual. Okay. Yeah, that's straight up catfishing. TK Wright says, you do have a big presence. You look taller in your pictures. You know, I wasn't aware of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you look tall in your pictures. It's not like I'm standing next to anybody or whatever. Well, let me just put it this way. It was never by design. I'm 5'10". That's it. I can't give you nothing else. That's all I got, my peoples. 5'10". too short of 6 feet. And at 53 years old almost, shit, I might be down to 5'9", 5'8". I don't know. But it's never been an issue for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never been called short. And actually, I have been called short before by a girl, and I was like, how does somebody shorter than you call you short? Expectations, baby, expectations. But she said that's how she would describe me because I was under 6 feet. All right, whatever. Okay. Manifest Reality says, hold on. I know many have I know that many have met, decided to court, and eventually marry because they were both upfront with one another. It can happen. It can also happen that somebody wasn't who you thought they were going to be, but who they were was good enough. Sometimes it happens. You know, like I said, when things work out, we have a different attitude about when things work out. When things don't work out, when expectations are set but aren't met, yeah, you have the right to be disappointed. But the flip side of that is, what about when the expectations aren't grounded in legitimacy? Like, okay, suppose somebody is a straight up gold digger. They after people with money. Is the fact that they're letting you know that they don't want to deal with nobody who doesn't make 6 figures, 7 figures, or whatever. Somebody who is going to they don't want to deal with somebody who's not going to pay everything for them or have the ability to pay everything for them. Like, is there honesty about wanting somebody that that fits that bill? Is that acceptable? So if you see a girl and you really really like her, and you think that she could or would like you if she got a chance to know you, but she would never give you a look because you don't make the kind of money that she says that she wants. If you act like you have that much money, like maybe you are high up on the 5 figures list, but not 6 figures. So let's say you make $90,000 a year, but she says she wouldn't deal with anybody who makes 6 figures. So you're high on the 5 figure, but you haven't hit the 6 figure mark. You 10 grand short. So even if you got with her, you on the lowest end of the 6 figure list, and she might be looking for somebody that's more like around the 500,000 list, or or even the upper echelon of 900,000, close to 7. Well, would you be wrong to say that you make 6 figures so she would give you that look? I mean, you may have every intention of letting her know the truth once it becomes necessary in your mind. And maybe necessary in your mind means like, well, let me get the first base first. Let me see if just declaring that I make 6 figures the same way I did when I lied to the bank to get that loan. I'm going to lie to her to say that I make 6 figures so she'll give me that look. But once I get that look, she going to love herself some me. Not only am I going to make her laugh, am I going to make her think, am I going to make her desire me, but I'm also going to dick her down all crazy. You know what I mean? One of these things is going to work. I'm about to work the mojo. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to pound her down in the bed, and I'm about to make a heartbeat, and I'm going to keep her laughing. So I'm going to give her a good time to the point where she won't be so concerned with the superficial thing of money. Is he wrong for doing that? Maybe to a lot of y'all, maybe he is. Maybe to some of y'all, they like, hey, the nigga had to do what he had to do. At least he wasn't just trying to act like he had some money so he could hit. He was actually looking for love with her. He actually wanted to be with her. Sometimes your intentions that drive your actions, sometimes they can make the difference. But what do y'all think? 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 All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. My chat. I think my chat look different than yours. All right. Wait a minute. 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 Okay. Okay. All right. Carol says at Taki, true, his appearance is deceiving in pictures. This is some bullshit. We wouldn't talk about me. All right. TK Right says, yes, sis. His pics don't do him justice, and he looks taller. Mm. Manifest reality says. However, I have also seen in other situations where some have not been honest at all, and some folks nearly gotten hurt. I can see how that could happen too. TK Right says, I just saw a fake booty or 3 at graduation yesterday. Not fake booty or 2, but fake booty or 3 at graduation yesterday afternoon. Yo, one thing, you listen, a fake butt cannot do what a real butt does. That's why I look fake, because it's like that thing's sitting up too much or it's drooping down too. The thing ain't thinging right. It ain't thinging the way it's supposed to thing. That thing ain't thinging the way it's supposed to thing. TK Right says, I went live. I kept saying, look at the disrespect. Mm. Mm. TK Right says, manifest everyone with a fake booty wants to wear tight clothes and a crop top. Yeah. TK Right says, I'm 5'11" and I look short in my pictures. No, you don't look short in your pictures. Nope. I knew you was tall in your pictures. You don't look short. And we talking about what, like 2014? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know who told you you look short in your pictures, but mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. And 5'11" is tall for a woman. That's very tall for a woman. Not Brittany Griner, because Brittany Griner is like unwoman like tall. Like no women are that tall. No, real shit. No women are that tall. That shit different. All right. All right. Stacey White says, Omar, you are something else. Yeah. That's because I'm catfishing. Psych. Psych. All right. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, ma? All right. Stacey White says, post with no filters because I don't know how to work it. Yeah. Filters. That's another thing these days. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's a good one. So many women are using filters out here. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know if they light skin, brown skin, dark skin. You don't know. There's a lot of hiding. But does that hiding make any difference? As long as when you stand in front of them, you like what you see. You're definitely going to see something different than what you saw. But what if you like what you see? Is everything all right? And so Jones said 1,000-aire. Yep, 1,000-aire. He ain't a millionaire. He's a 1,000-aire. He a 1,000-aire. And so says dating online and the relationship status change. Well, see, years ago we didn't get profiles of each other. Now so much is done online. Yeah, you get to think that you know a person before you actually get to know them. TK Wright says, I think that using extreme filters is catfishing. I don't even know how you call these things filters. I mean, they got ways of making it look like you got freckles, moles. You know, I'm like clear skin, acne. Do they have an acne filter? Like fuck it. I'm gonna make it look like I got a pizza face online. I don't know. Manifest Reality says yes. That extreme filtering has to stop. TK Wright says yes. If you lie about what you make to get that woman, you're catfishing. She was honest about what she wanted. Next time, drive a big Moby car and dress like $1,000,000. Maybe she'll overlook it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if your desires are not grounded in, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can say that just because you're honest. Like, if you're honest about being a piece of shit, is that the kind of honesty that I can respect? Like, should I say, well, yeah, you told me you were a piece of shit. Like, let's go grab a burger. Let's go get a bite to eat. You piece of shit. How long does it take before you start totally acting like a piece of shit? Like, what do we have a good time first, or what do we do? I don't know. Like, you being honest about being a gold digger, I don't know if that's the type of honesty that I will respect or that I will honor. So I'm like, you looking for money? I'm looking for ass. All right. Okay. We're probably gonna meet in the middle somewhere. Cause you on some bullshit. Now I'm on some bullshit. I don't know. You know, it's like fraction that cancels itself out. But that might be just me. I'm like, so she only mess with niggas that got money. So no matter what, the money is the whole thing that drives the thing. So you're wrong for acting like you had money, but she's not wrong for only wanting men who have money. I don't know. I don't know if I look at it that way. I'm looking at it like both of y'all ain't really. Both of y'all are low on the desirability list for me. So whatever happens, happens. Because it seems to me like you setting yourself up for your just desserts anyway. Okay. Let me see. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, you were. What the hell are you talking about? We didn't make it up, sir. Make what up, Miss Chamberlain? Look, I don't look taller in pictures. I have videos. I mean, what? What I had tall videos? Like, what the hell? So we're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop this. We're gonna stop. Stop. This must stop. And Sel said T-Pain buy you a drink and got a lot of miscommunication. Hey, he auto-tuned me. I didn't know what his voice sounded like. He auto-tuned me. TK Wright says, you're the first person who has said that. Oh, everyone else thinks that I look short. Really? I did not. I did not short. I'm C short. So when we was at the meet and greet, I was like, yeah, that seems right. Now, your ex-husband, I was surprised he was short because he didn't look. You know what? It wasn't that he looked tall online, but he talked so much shit. You know, I figured this nigga better be tall. He better be tall with the. I don't know, but hey, it's online. It's not like I saw a lot of pictures of him. just I think I only saw his profile picture before I saw him in person. But I wouldn't expect, you know, I wouldn't expect him to have been um the height that he was. I would have thought he was a little taller. Okay. TK Wright says some men use beauty filters too. Sheesh. I wish I ain't read that. I gotta start. I need to start filtering out what I'm going to read before I read it. You know what I mean? My first inclination is just read what's there. I need to stop doing that. I need to audit my search. Cheryl said, "Church, I look short in my pictures too." Yeah, Cheryl, you do kind of look short in your pictures. So you kind of deliver. All right. I, yeah, I wouldn't have thought you was tall. I wouldn't have thought you was tall. Oh, Ansel says she got a light skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. Oh, you just gonna keep putting these lyrics? Okay, I see what you're doing. I see what TK right says. You may not like it, but they were honest. Catfishing is not honest. Okay. No, we know catfishing is not honest. My question was it totally wrong? There's a difference between being wrong and being dishonest. Like I said, you lied about your financial information to get that loan. Was it wrong? No. Was it dishonest? Yes. There's a fine line. So we're talking about the objective versus the subjective, the literal versus the figurative. Now, of course, you could say, well, lying to get a loan is a lot different because you're only asking for money that you're gonna have to pay back. Well, if you lied in order to achieve love, you're only lying about the love that you expected to be able to give back also. Stacy says, I'm 5'7", 130 pounds, 135 pounds. Okay. Shirley Cheryl says, it's so many ways to alter appearances. People have the power to buy what they want to look like. You ain't never done lied. That's the world we live in. That's the world. It's to the point where I don't trust nothing I see online. Nothing or nobody. I be like, nah, I ain't, until you stand right here, I ain't. And that goes for anything online, in the movies, TV, all of that. Because none of them look like you think they look. They don't. I ain't never seen nobody on that TV screen or on that movie screen that looks like what they look like in person. I remember the first time I saw Salt and Pepper. They ain't look like them right on pictures. They ain't look like them right on pinups. They some regular chicks. They some regular chicks. No way around it. Especially Pepper. Super regular. The rhymes were still the rhymes. And the show was still the show. The rhymes was the rhymes. The show was the show. I ain't saying that they was ugly in person, but they wasn't like those right on pinups or them word up. They don't look like that. They don't look like, we talking about 86, 87 when they step on stage talking about I take your man. Like, only because you a rapper. You probably wasn't taking that much money when y'all was back in Queens. Not around the way. You might have been looking for a man. I mean, they not. Don't get me wrong. They're not ugly. Neither one of them. They're not ugly. They're definitely not ugly. But they are regular round the way chicks. They ain't nothing to be like, ooh, yeah. Here come Pet. Well, look at Salt. Salt kind of cute, but you ain't gonna be. And that goes for all of them. You name the rapist, the rapist, the raptress. Uh-uh. And I definitely didn't understand the power of makeup back then. Shoot, I remember when Luke Luke had a beef with Salt and Pepper, and he straight went in on him. He was like, they don't be looking like they do in them videos and in them pictures when you see him in person. He straight dissed. He straight dissed, and I knew he was telling the truth. Like, now them booty shaking who's move something girls that Luke used to have, them they look like he must have told them like, nah, y'all ain't gonna be, y'all not doing no extra shit to be in my videos. Your ass and titties gonna sell y'all. Y'all not doing no extra stuff to y'all face. Because when you go to a Luke show, they look like what they look like what they supposed to look like. Very extreme, looking like what they supposed to look like. Move some, move some, move some. Okay. All right. uh TK right says makeup that completely changes the way that you look, not enhances, is catfishing. Okay. Carol says you brought up the subject about your looks and height. I didn't say nothing about my looks. I said my height. I ain't say my looks. I look like what I look like. I mean, some might say better, some might say equal. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, oh, oh, oh. You don't look like that on TV. Like, I ain't on TV. I'm only on the video. All right. TK right says, my ex-husband talks tall and has a long upper body. A long upper. Okay. All right. Manifest Reality says to reference the filter topic, Elijah Muhammad discussed this topic in Message to a Black Man way back way back about devices changing personal images. This relates to catfishing and deception. You know, it's a funny thing. I'm glad you brought that up about Elijah Muhammad, because Elijah Muhammad did a lot of things to match people up, to match the fruit of Islam up with the MGT back in the day. Like, he was very image conscious on the low. Like, a lot of people don't know a lot of things about Elijah Muhammad, but when you read the autobiography of Malcolm X, remember the reason that he was able to get to Betty is because the reason he was able to get with Betty is because Elijah Muhammad approved that. Elijah Muhammad believed that a man and a woman should be a certain type of height in order to be with each other and all that. I'm like, I remember thinking when I'm reading that at 17 years old, thinking like, I don't know if this is cool. That arranged type marriage, like, peace to the messenger. But who are you to tell me who I look good with or who I match up with? Like, I kind of think that's for me to decide and for her to decide. But that's not the way it went. Not back then. It's not the way it went. But he did approve that, and that's why they were able to get together. Carol says, I'm short and happy. She ain't that short. She says she's 5'5". That ain't, you know what I mean? I don't know. When it comes to women, I think you're really short when you start teetering around the less than 5'2". You know, because a lot of women are short. Naturally, you know, we don't expect women to be really tall. Nothing wrong with it, but we don't. That's not the expectation that most people have. Manifest Reality says, I live in South Florida around many naturally beautiful people, but also many folks come here for cosmetics. Yep. Especially if you talking about all the way down to Miami or whatever, come on now. We got a lot of fake. Come on now. And there really are a lot of beautiful people down in Miami. But is it real? Or is it Memorex? Because it ain't all organic, that's for sure. TK Wright says, no, dudes were all over them in Queens, especially Pep. I know this personally. All I know is I seen what she looked like. Okay. If they was all over Pep, it was probably because she was Pep. Were they all over her before Showstopper? I mean, because it's possible, but I know I wouldn't have been in 87, 80. They older than us. Well, she's older than me, but she regular. All right. Carol says Taki. It always seems everyone else is so much taller than me. Manifest Reality says I have gone from 290 to 145 pounds in several months. Exercise, meal moderation. Wow, that's a lot. Wow. Shit. 100, damn near 150 pounds. So you down to 145. That means you lost 145. Wow. And less than a year? That's nothing short of amazing. If you did that without weight loss surgery or whatever, like that's miraculous. Real shit. And so says, do y'all teach y'all kids not to look at BBLs differently? I teach my kids don't look at BBLs at all. She got a BBL, keep it moving, son. Keep it moving. Cause she bought herself, she got a bill on her ass. And you don't want to have to start paying for that. I mean a straight up bill. Cause that shit ain't gonna keep the shape that it started out with. Same thing with breast implants. That shit. People think it's sweet. It's not sweet. Whenever you get cosmetic surgery, you paying for that shit for life. Cause it don't do what you bought it for to do for the rest of your life. Your body develops the way it's supposed to, not the way you want it to. So when you start surgically, cutting away and adding shit on and all of that, you think you had low self-esteem before you got that shit. Man, listen, you don't pay that money to get them shits touched up and see what you got. I done seen some ugly titties in my day. I done seen some ugly titties. And that was just with breast reductions. Man, because breast reductions and breast implants involve the same process. It ain't no difference. Vita B popped in there. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. TK Rice says, Ansel, my sons ain't trying to hear none of that. I hear that. Oh, Manifest said, I grew up from Louisiana, so I grew up different. I'm from Louisiana, so I grew up different. I hear that. Carol says, I've always tried to teach my children that they are beautiful in their own way and no competition with anyone. Shoot, competition is cool as long as you winning. It's when you don't think you can compete. That's when the problem kicks in. But beauty is beauty. Beauty is beauty. Manifest Reality says when you teach certain methods of living, cooking, raising children, protecting women, when they are bearing it helps to know how to really rear a family. I agree with that. Stacey White says, I use makeup to enhance my face, not to give me a new one. Okay, cool. VDB says, yes, lying on a profile is catfishing. First-hand experience when someone does not show teeth in, oh shit. When someone does not show teeth in their photos, please ask. And some people will take pictures on cars they never own. They will never own. Yeah, man, when you get the they a lot of times they hiding them choppers, baby. They hiding them choppers. Woo. I said, woo. Look, I don't know. I don't care if your teeth ain't perfect. As long as you keep them shits brushed, brighten them bitches and say my teeth ain't perfect at all. You know, I got gaps. I'm missing one here. I'm missing one there. I guess it's just I'm missing the same tooth on both sides of my mouth. I guess God just said, nah, we don't need them two. You good. But my shit white though. You know what I mean? And keep your shit. It's like in next Friday. Like, they ain't 20s, they 10s, but I keep them clean though. Keep them clean. But listen, there's no accounting for there's no accounting for insecurity. There's no accounting for insecurity. People going to hate about themselves what they hate about themselves, and it ain't got nothing to do with your inspiration. So I mean, you can say they'll tell you all the time, oh, it's because the pressures to be this and that out here. No, I'm not. The more time goes on, the less I'm buying that. Because people are living in their own world. I mean, how many times do you try to tell somebody that they're good looking, that they're beautiful, that they're worthy, that they're special, that they're spectacular? You know what I mean? And they don't even want to hear what you got to say because they looking for somebody else to validate them. Somebody that they don't even know, somebody that they don't even see, and somebody that don't even see them. That's who they looking for to validate them, not you. Not you. And that just seems to be the reality of the situation that I've experienced. All right. So yeah, Vita, I totally agree with you about that teeth thing. They on some bullshit. TK right says send a pic like this so we know you have all of your teeth. Man, I mean, just let me know you got some teeth at all. Every picture, when you don't smile with your teeth in pictures, every picture that you take looks exactly the same. And I know people who take selfies every day and they look like the same selfie. That's the same selfie from earlier today. No, it ain't. I changed my shirt. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Manifest Reality says, this is my picture. I lost in 10 months. I did not have any surgery. I wanted to have surgery. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. There's so many complications when it comes to surgery. There's no such thing as being totally safe going under the knife. There's no such thing. V2B says at Carrie, yes, my ex did this trauma to me. Ooh. Manifest Reality says my son is actually a head doctor and my youngest son is a pharmacist. They would not allow me to have surgery. I'm Muslim. Oh, thank God. Thank God for legitimate doctors that are not just trying to put everybody on pills. You know what I mean? Thank God we have some people in the medical field who are not puppets and slaves for the pharmaceutical companies. God damn. Okay. She says, no surgery on this body here. I wanted it. Well, I'm glad you ain't get it. I guess we just need to be denied with some things. Carrie says, love that for you, Manifest. Ditto. Vita B says, and ugly is ugly. I don't know. Online ugly ain't ugly, baby. Sure husband says, my friend got a breast reduction. I know that it says beat reduction, but I know you mean breast. My friend got a breast reduction. Because it was causing pain in her back. 5 years later, they grew back. She thinking about doing it again. Man, God wanted her to have big titties. Don't she understand? Tell your friend to stop being so sacrilegious. You know what I'm saying? That's what she need to do. Stop practicing that sacrilege. God wants her to have. God wants her to be mammarily advanced. Don't she see? Doesn't she? And I've known a lot of women who reported the same thing. They got breast reductions and their titties grew back. But the thing is, when your titties grow back after you get a breast reduction, because you got your nipples realigned, your nipples grow the way that they were supposed to. So you fuck around and have titties, have your nipples all the way up here, but your titties all the way down here. Nipples up here, you got a line coming down from your nipples. You know what I mean? Your titties looking like Alice Cooper. Y'all can laugh if y'all want to. Your titties looking like Alice Cooper on some sad face clown shit. Matter of fact, insane clown posse shit. Yeah, your titties on some insane clown posse shit, man. Surgeons try to make you proportionally perfect. Nature says no, one is always bigger than the other. So, from surgery, if you have a breast reduction or if you get breast implants, one nipple might be up here, the other nipple might be down here, the rest of the titties both down here. You know what I mean? Like I said, you thought you was looking bad before the surgery, or you thought you knew low self-esteem before the surgery. You ain't seen nothing yet. You'd be on the verge of self-deletion if it's that deep. Anyway, VDB says Brooklyn style like to wear filtered fitted hats to cover the cover of it. Oh, he was okay. He couldn't deal with the hair loss. Is that it? All right. Manifest Reality says one can actually lose weight. I helped several women who were told by doctors they could not get pregnant naturally to become pregnant in 4 months just by helping them learn their bodies. That's dope. And she also says sometimes doctors or no one teaches the right information to our people about our systems. Mm-hmm. It ain't in they figure they not gonna make no money that way. VDB says my problem is give me the option to like your truth. When you lie, I feel something terrible happened to cause this ugly. Manifest Reality says they simply wanted to do what they did in the past, experiment on them, have them pay thousands of dollars when it was not needed. Yeah. And Manifest Reality says I can send you proof. Okay. That's cool. Like I said, as long as it's natural, count me in. You know what I mean? If you start snipping or pill popping, count me out. Even the herbs that I mess with, they ain't in pill form. If that shit ain't loose in a bag, nah. No laboratory for me. She said surgery is hard. I have already been through enough in the past. I can dig it. I have grandbabies that love me so much. That's what's up. Stacey White says, "Yeah, you're right. You got the clap. That's right. Insane clown posse titties, baby." All right, Stacey White says, "I stay in my own lane where I know I'm confident and secure." That's what's up. Shirley Cheryl says, just asking, have you heard of men getting scrotum ball reduction? Huh? I don't know. Scrotum ball reduction? Like your ball's so big that you had to get a reduction? I'm just going to say no. Never heard of that. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This has been the most interesting show that we've had in a while. I didn't expect to do what it's doing. I ain't know. I ain't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. Reduction of the skin that hangs low. Oh, so they got old man balls. Oh, like they got a like when you have a hernia. Like when a man has a hernia, his balls hang low. Shit damn near down to your knees. You know what I mean? You sit down on the toilet, your balls in the water. You nasty balls. Your balls in the nasty ass toilet water, yo. I don't know. I mean, just I don't know. Yeah, look, I don't know. I ain't gonna speak on it. Anyway, Manifest Reality says, yes, I lived in Germany. They did horrific things to men. I thought you were supposed to let your nuts hang. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 7th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one of the books. Regina Thompson turning 43 years old today. And Lakeisha Malone, go get her. Lakeisha Malone turning 40 years old today. And my girl Stephanie Fields turning 50 years old today. And Letitia Marie, happy birthday to you. And Alicia Barnes, happy birthday to you. And Trina Queen, happy birthday. And Princia Dela turning 27 years old today. And Molly Musumin, Molly Musumin. Molly Musomin. There you go. And Luz del Alba Sanchez turning 34 years old today. And Lovely Cadet turning 30 years old today. And Keisha Morris Thomas, happy birthday to you. And T Fly, happy birthday to you. And Siobhan Merkerson turning 62 years old today. And Anan Allen, happy birthday to you. And Maria Santa Zidor, happy birthday to you. And Anita Simpson turning 41 years old today. And Makeith Ramon Hedgepeth turning 50 years old today. And Angela Smith, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my cuz by blood, but I'm, look, she's a Rouse. The other McIntyres are Rouses. We got the same cousins. There's some kind of, I went to college with her. Anyway, Nicole Rouse, happy birthday to you, and she's a go-getter too. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every one of y'all born on this glorious June 7th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, yeah. So catfishing is lying, and catfishing can definitely be wrong. Sometimes lying allows you to achieve an end that may not be all wrong, but when feelings and when expectations are raised and deliverance is denied and feelings are involved and people just don't do the right things by people, I think that there is something to be said about it not being about how you start but the way that you finish. I think that that's legit, but I don't think that you should employ tactics to alter your appearance or alter your personality, because you're going to go back to what really works for you in the long run and probably in the short run. And I realize you got to do what you got to do, and it ain't all about me. It's you going to do what you got to do out there. Honesty is really the best policy, but sometimes you can be as honest as you want to be and people still don't believe what you're saying or what you're doing or what your intentions are. But time starts to reveal what you are, who you are, and how you are. So let that time go, because the time is going to come and it's going to go. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm good. Somebody doing some work in my backyard. Anyway, um, yeah. So the time is going to come and the time is going to go. It's what you do with the time that you have. Keep it real with somebody. Now, keeping real with some people means, they like they like the fake stuff. They like the artificial stuff. They like the extra frills and all that kind of stuff. That's what they like. That's what they like. You keep delivering what they like. That's on, as long as y'all in agreement. A man and a woman got to be in agreement, baby. A man and a woman got to be in agreement. Now, what I agree on may not be what you agree on and what they agree on or whatever. But you got to find what y'all agree on, what you and them agree on. And as long as that works out, I ain't got nothing to say about it. But I ain't gonna be, catfishing nobody or letting nobody catfish me. Not again. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Get 'Emism show. So make sure y'all come through. All right. So, Blog Talk, we going to get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. 1, 2. On the other side, my boobers. 1, 2. On the other side, my boobers. Peace. I said peace.